Welcome here, ladies and gentlemen. Day one complete of the West Texas A&M Fall Invitational. The number 11 Lady Buffs having a great day, and we'll get more into that in just a little moment. I'm here with Coach Meredith Jameson for the women's team. Meredith, how's it going?
It's going well. It was a little windy, but overall it was a great day.
Great day, I think, is a bit understated. Looking at some of these stats here that we've seen today, lots of good stats here as we look into the group stats here. Kaylin Mulholland with a 71 shot on round one, and Kaylin, as we're looking at the stats here right now, is currently tied with Lindsay Ferguson from Lubbock Christian for that individual leader spot. How does that make you feel as a coach hearing that?
Well, it's great. I'm really proud of Kaylin. She has been working really hard on her middle game, and she is great. I mean, she's a great golfer. Some of our girls struggled on the front nine, and when we turned, we were about 7 over. So we played the back nine very well in the wind and really showed a lot of heart and determination coming down the stretch.
Coach, expanding a little bit more on the day one performance, statistically, the numbers were excellent from the par 5 and par 4 standings. On par 5, the ladies averaged 4.55 shots on the par 5 courses. For par 4, you had an average shot of 4.3 shots on par 4, but then when it came to par 3, the shotting average was about 3.55, so it looked like the ladies were struggling a little bit there on the par 3s today.
You know, we did a little bit. The par 3s out here are challenging, there's no doubt about it. We moved a few of the tees up because we had a strong south wind, and 2 of the par 3s have a crosswind and 2 are straight into it. And I mean, you can make a big number if you're not paying attention on those. So we definitely have a little bit of room to improve. Usually par 3 scoring is one of our best because you know our ladies are very good with their mid irons, which is where you score with the par 3s. But I expect them to do a little bit better on that. Par 4 scoring in comparison to the field is really one of our strengths. Most of the time we're in the top few in the tournaments in that. So we'll just continue to excel and have a great time.
Coach, from a team perspective as well, and again, like we were mentioning before, there's still teams that are playing out there right now as we speak, but one of the exciting highlights to note team-wise is currently with a 296 team shot overall after round 1, you're up by 4 strokes over the number 4 team in the nation, Newman, as they shot 300. How does that correlate?
Well, it feels pretty good. In golf, you're always playing the golf course, so it's a little bit different. It's not like we're out there trying to steal the ball away playing basketball. But on the front nine, we gave them a big gift with some of our missed putts, and then on the back nine, they repaid us and gave us a gift as well with their finish. So I feel like our ladies are very evenly matched, and it'll really come down to whoever makes the most putts tomorrow. But we'll see Newman a lot in the spring, and they'll be one of those teams that we need to beat in the regional to advance to the national tournament because they are one of the top in the region.
And turning things over real quick, Coach, as we're looking at these stats, one in particular that stands out, senior Maddie Mason has had quite an improvement compared to the NCAA National Preview in Houston last week, where she shot 81 and 76 to finish with an overall score of 157. After day one, she shot 72.
Yeah, Maddie is a great golfer. She is one of our best. Last year, she was our top performer all year as far as stroke average goes. And she just had a little bit of a rough week when we were down at the National Preview, but the reason you go to the National Preview is to learn that course so that we hopefully have a chance to win it if we get to advance. But she's very solid, and she just played boring golf today. That's what I like to call it. The team, I mean, we have 2 kind of keywords. I want to see boring golf and beneficial thoughts. And when they do that, they shoot a score like 72.
And one more player that I just have to mention, Coach, and as we're talking about players that have just vastly improved from last week, Holly Winter. She shot 75 today compared to last week with 83 and 89. I know it's pretty much the same old, but how are you with the performance with Holly Winter and how she's improved up to this point?
Well, I mean, she's a sophomore, and last year at the national tournament, Holly finished 9th in the country. And so she had some issues in Houston last week, but she's a great golfer, and I'm excited for her to shoot 75 because that's more on point of where she should be. She worked on a few things with alignment and, you know, just overall confidence building because we are still relatively young. On that top 5 today, we had 2 seniors, a junior, and 2 sophomores. So it's a good squad.
Now, Coach, even though we are up team-wise by 296, what are some of the the pointers, if you will, that you would discuss with your team heading into the next day?
Well, there are a couple girls that are probably going to roll a few putts on their own afterward. We addressed a few things on the course, which is always a little bit challenging because you really can't think too much because you're focusing on the actual basics, like what is my target, what is my strategy. But we were able to really get two of those girls a much better back nine, and I think they'll excel tomorrow. That's Lucky and Julie. And I mean, Caitlin, she's right on point. Maddie's on point. Everybody's on point right there. So I think they'll do really great. And Jolene had a great round at 2 over, one of our other sophomores. So it's all going to come down to who can keep their head in the game, in the present, and roll a few putts in.
All right, and you heard it here from the number 11 West Texas A&M women's golf team in the nation with Coach Meredith Jameson. Coach, good luck in day 2.
Thank you very much.